This is the Birdsong Script Cling Stamp from Hero Arts. This is about 6 by 6 inches, so it's great for creating backgrounds and adding a little bit of texture to it. You could also stamp cardstock to create texture before die cutting pieces for creating with. I love that background stamps like this have a lot of different ways to use them. Here I used it with some Versamark ink. For my first background, I added some embossing powder and heat embossed it. I was going to do a emboss resist technique using some pigment powders. So by heat embossing or by embossing before time, I give that texture a little bit of a raised edge. When I go to put my pigment powders on the background, they're not going to stick to that embossing powder. They're only going to stick to the background of that cardstock. I'm using mixed media cardstock here because I plan on using a technique that has a lot of, or that uses a lot of water. So I want to make sure that I can have cardstock that can handle that. The first technique, I just missed it with water. The second one, I use a lot. So this one here, I had stamped it with some Versamark ink, then put those pigment powders on top. When you first look at that background, you can't really see as much of the pigment powder. So when I mist it with water, it really brightens up that powder and you can really see that in the back. And you can't really read the actual words to them because there is a little bit of bleeding with that ink, but it adds some fun texture and creates a unique background. This here is the background that I embossed. I put those same pigment powders on there, focusing on a little bit different colors, and then I mixed it with water to bleed or blend those colors out. The color or the background, I didn't want it to be too dark, so I used some paper towel to matte it. Here are the finished cards with it. I love this background. I know it's going to get a lot of use.